If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
J360 Radio. J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to the J360 MinIBytes here on J360 Radio, hosted by J.M. Brady. I am your host, J.M. Brady. Let's get into it. Hey, how's it going, J360 Legion? What is happening? Welcome to another week of J360 Productions content, and I am your host, J-Man, of course, and we're back here on the MinIBytes. This is episode 247. Wow, we're about to make another milestone with this series. We're going to hit 300 episodes soon enough. And you know it's already season 6. So yeah, man, I am loving every damn bit of this. And let me tell you this, it feels so good to be back here on J360 Productions right now. I know we had a bit of a light week last week because we didn't have a Jams episode or any of our other special presentations taking the spot for like the latter part of the week. But that doesn't apply to this one because this week, however, it is a Jams week and we are continuing on season 6 of that. And then somehow like 2 of the mainstays actually have 6 seasons and the biggest show, the J-Man show, is at 9. Wow. Hey man, you know, I'm just loving every bit of it. That is just awesome the way we're working all that stuff out. But I gotta say this though, I'm sure some of y'all are still adjusting to like the new things that we're doing. You know, after all, this is the upgrade saga, and like I said, the old ways are no more. I'm not gonna be sitting on no meta stuff just to go ahead and build this brand for you guys. Now that being said though, I did not say that we were leaving meta 100% though. You are still getting reels and you're still getting highlights, but you're not going to get like, major news and all that kind of stuff. Nope, the best place to get that is right here on Ko-fi.com/J360 Productions. You know, so you can stay in step so you can communicate. Now, you will have to register in order for, communication to take place. But if you want to donate and if you want to be a part of the J360 Legion membership and all, it's right there for you. Now, remember, the J360 Legion membership is $5 a month. Whereas, like, with the donations are actually from 5, 10, 15. You can even put 20 in, but the lowest you can go is 5. So I'm just letting you all know how that stuff is working out. And you can even go through Red Circle if you wanted to, because I know, like, some people prefer to do things differently. But don't you worry, though. This whole thing was made for us to have that steady content and steady, communications with all of you and everything, because I want you all in the loop, and even for those of you that seem a little hesitant about subscriptions, well, it's like this. The subscriptions, you have perks along with it, along with ad-free, and then you get to see a lot of the behind-the-scenes material and all sorts of other content that other people won't be able to see. But you also, for those of you that like the public-facing one with the ads and everything, it'll be right there involved too. All links are included on our Ko-fi page. Nobody is going to be out of place with it. If you are out of place, it's because you didn't subscribe and you didn't sign up for fellowship. You didn't do any of that stuff. Let's just be perfectly honest. And the reason why I say that is because I remember a long time ago when I'm doing jams, one of the artists came up and said, "Where is jams being held at?" And this person is inexcusable for this because they've been on the show at least like 5 times. You know what I'm saying? And they've also been on the show during the J360 TV function, so there is no way they would miss out on that unless they have not subscribed or unless one way or another they just found a way never to get involved with communications, and that's really a problem. I'm letting you all know this stuff. So it's not for like lack of trying, it's just letting you all know exactly, like it couldn't be any more easier to keep in contact with me and anybody else that works with me in J360 Productions. It's always right there all the time. And of course, if you are connected, you'll get that news ahead of time, so you'll never, be out of spades unless you don't keep up with it. But I'll always be over there communicating and letting you guys know exactly what's going down. And as you know, all news is free in addition to, the ad-free options and everything. So I want you all to stay in step with me throughout all this process. And let me tell you something, it's really paying off because a lot of people are paying attention and signing up. So special shout outs to those who are enjoying the J360 content in any way that you do, even by coming in here, listening to the show live or calling through the hotline or downloading the shows. No matter where you are, you're part of the J360 Legion, but this is your hub and this is the central part of it. Now, those of you who have been asking me about Discord, the Discord is still there. We're still working on a few things for it. But, as soon as that's primed and ready to go, we're going to give everything the best shot that you can have this time. So we won't be letting anybody down on this whole program. So this is going to be amazing. And since the 3 shows are back into flux and working together, now we can start bringing back the other 5 shows that help keep J360 Productions functioning together and all. Managed to get a few connections and managed to reach out to a few people about, let's go on ahead and make these shows happen. Let's go on ahead and build some things up. And like I said, I needed a new change of pace, and I need to go ahead and work on, exactly how to get all this stuff out there to y'all. But like I said before, it's right here. Now, it's all about whether you guys want to continue on that connection or not. See what I'm saying? But as we're talking right now, I got to say this, though. Well, with the MinIBytes happening right now, you also have the J-Man show happening at 8 o'clock p.m. tomorrow on time, yes. And you have J360 Jams 118 happening at 8 o'clock p.m. on Friday. I will need, for all of you musicians out there that are interested in being a part of J360 Jams, I'm going to need your tracks by 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, which is also 9 o'clock p.m. UTC time. For those of you that are living outside of the United States right now, I'm going to need that time, for you guys to remember so you can submit your tracks in. That way we can go ahead and get your 2 tracks and get everything that's necessary and needed for you to be on this program. It's going to be amazing and it's going to be awesome. And don't worry, I'll be sending out a lot more notices as we get closer to Thursday, which isn't too far off because tomorrow's Wednesday. But, the same rules apply, guys. So that's never going to change. For those of you that have been waiting for this opportunity, would you like J360 Jams TV to come back next week? Or not the week after, because that is a traditional Jams week, but maybe the second week in August. Would you guys like that? Alright, if you would like that, I'm going to need you to start submitting your music videos too. Yep, just letting you all know. But you see, the funny part about J360 Jams is you only need 1 video. So it's up to you on how you guys want to submit that. That option is there for y'all. I'm going to need a total of 10 videos. And once I get that total of 10 videos, it will air that Saturday. And we will go ahead and get the ball rolling with that. And that'll be, I think that's number 13, actually, for that whole series. So we have that whole thing coming into play. And that will usually happen during a week when there's not a traditional Jams episode. Alright, that way so we keep a rhythm going with that. And not to mention, I'm looking at the Future Project Conference right now, and there's plenty of you all out there in all mediums that could use an interview, and I've been willing to talk with a lot of y'all out there, and whomever the case may be. Even some of you all out there that are trying to get back into the creator game and all, and trying to get your footing again, because I know some of y'all are doing that. As soon as you get things together, you know what? Let me know. Email me at j360productions@outlook.com. Yeah, that's different than the music stuff. The music stuff got so huge, that's why they go to the j360jams@gmail.com. But for everything else, though, j360productions@outlook.com is for everybody in other mediums and everybody that's wanting to connect so that we can go ahead and, collaborate on a few projects. It's all about pulling everybody together and taking this new era by storm, and it's going to be amazing, guys. You do not want to miss out on this. And we're also doing a few new things with the YouTube channel as well. I can't relay all that information right now, but like how we were streaming on Twitch, we'll see if I'll go back to it. We'll see about it, but for right now, the only thing that you need to really worry about is the Ko-fi page, the J360 Radio broadcasting page on Mixlr, the links for like all the wow, that's a lot of stuff. But let's talk about the main top 4 at least. Okay, so let's do that again. It would be the J360 Radio.mixlr.com page, the Red Circle page for those of you that love the podcast is for that. And then it would also be the YouTube channel. And then for number 4, the Ko-fi page. Okay? That's what y'all need to be concerned about right now. And then not to mention, like, we're doing this the right way. Because I don't want to throw too many things at you, because I almost did that. And you saw how kind of confusing that was. Nope, this isn't about confusion. This is about accessibility and about like everybody being involved and can work with this. And not to mention, it'll be easier to share. If you notice, like with all the new content that we have done, we have not only had the ad-free option, but we also had the public-facing options all together. So you only had to deal with that one link. So that was a Herculean task in itself, but you know what? It has been taken care of. So it's all about like who wants to be involved and who wants to carry on this whole next adventure and all. You know who you are. That's your final decision to make. But there's so many ways to enjoy the content. And I'm just letting you all know these things right now. And speaking of which, let's see. What does the time frame look like right now? Well, July is practically non-existent at this point. But let's see. We're getting ready to go into August. And then we got September and October. The Monster Fest, by the way, let's talk about the Monster Fest. That is happening this year, and the Monster Fest is contained into October. Throughout all of October is all about the Monster Fest. I know we usually do like the last week of September and then the first week of November, but we're going to keep it concise and condensed this time. Not because of, anything really bad going on or anything. We're just doing that differently this year so that you all can enjoy it from October 1st all the way to October 31st. You know what I mean? Give you guys that vibe and that feeling. And who knows, I might even go ahead and try to throw in November 1st. I mean, I can at least do that, right? Because the party really don't stop after 31 days. I totally get it. But anyway, that's something for us to think about, and I've been going ahead and working on the plans for it. Now, another thing is, since we have the Ko-fi page, you guys are definitely not going to miss out on the loop of that. So you'll see a lot of J360 TV content in addition to J360 Radio content for that whole festivity right there. The Monster Fest is huge, and we are going to make it even more exciting. You understand what I'm saying? So you guys just stay tuned to that sort of things. Oh, and by the way, the hotline is important because you guys can also toss some suggestions my way, and the Discord is going to be really important because, well, how you guys feel about like community movie nights? I just figured I'd throw that at you. But, that's something for you guys to talk to me about either through email or through the comments on the Ko-fi page or, call in on the hotline sometime. And speaking of which, when you call on the hotline, you don't have to just leave like a 1-minute voicemail. When you call in through the hotline, right, I'm actually going to have interactive parts on J360 programs throughout the future, so you actually can talk to me live on them, even on J360 TV. It's amazing, y'all. Like, things are just building up on a fantastic way. But all in all, though, I've already said enough. You guys are going to have to come back for the J-Man Show happening tomorrow at 8. We will go ahead and pick up on this from where we left off. You all stay tuned. Take care of yourselves. This is J-Man signing off. Peace.
If If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.